Well, hi diddly-o everyone. Here we are doing another update on Chainlink, and so naturally, I'm going to start with my normal disclaimers. This isn't financial advice. This is my opinion on the market. You're responsible for your own trades, and you need to manage your own risk, manage your capital appropriately. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and continue where we left off yesterday. Yesterday, I wasn't really suggesting any trades unless you are using some kind of an exchange where you're able to short Chainlink. I was making a suggestion that we had further downside to go. We likely were going to break below 265. And I believe, based on what I can see here, the last time where we closed out this video, we were still within this wedge. We were about $2.70 or so. And I was talking that the high probability targets were going to be to the downside, but if we were going to be bullish, we were going to need to see a move outside of this trend line, retouch it, and claim it as support, and then move our way up, and that did not happen. But what we did see, we saw basically a move down, and then our support and resistance level may be off just a little bit here. I'm going to remove some of these levels that we've got, and want to take a real good look at where we did a retest. So our retest point actually was right here. And if we go on this route, we basically find different but similar support and resistance at that particular level. So, we had resistance, we broke through, we had support again, and then here we kind of retested that as resistance on the way down. And now we're going to continue and move down. Still, my opinion will stand that we're likely going to go back down. We already did get very close to 250. We got down to $2.51. Likely we are going to come back down here to about 240 or so, back down where this area of consolidation and this cluster is currently at. I wouldn't surprise me one bit for us to get down there. I would also be cognizant, of course, coming all the way back down here to $2. I've been talking about this for a long time as well. Looking at these formations, it's easy for us to call this a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then for this to be a 5. And then basically what potentially is happening here, and I believe I've talked about this over the last several videos, is basically we're likely in an A, B, C, and we might do an A, B, C, and then we're going to go down for the A, B, C. And then where this lands, still remains to be seen. I'm still not interested in doing any buys on Chainlink right now based on what we see. Not interested in any buys unless we can come back up above this trend, not trend line, but this support and resistance line. If we can come back above that, then I think we have our potential, maybe we come back down here, but if we come back above, then I think we have potential for more upside. So coming back above $2.65, that's where I'd be looking to get back into a trade. But as of right now, it looks like it does want to go lower. We are still at a little bit of support and resistance right here at that 251 level, 251, 250 down here, this particular area. It actually looks like it goes down to 248, 249 based on this point over here. Let me go ahead and drill into the chart just a little bit so that we can see this with a little more clarity here. So we can see over here we had resistance, support, 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 resistance, support, and we're finding support right now. But if we do happen to break below this, I would say that we're probably going to come back up, find that as resistance for us to find the other move down to our next support zone, which likely is going to be about 2.25. So 225 all the way up here to this level, which is going to be about 230. This would be that next level that I would be looking to pay attention to if we are going to come down further. So be looking for this zone here as our next area of support. Still, as of right now, I'm not going to suggest buying anything. Not that you should take my suggestions. It's not really financial advice. It's my opinion. I personally would not be taking any trades in this area right here. I do think that Chainlink will come down a little bit more. Likely the Chainlink versus Bitcoin pair is probably going to support that. Chainlink versus Bitcoin. Let's just take a look at that. Oh, nope, wrong one. We don't want the XBT pair. this one right here. Okay, so all right, let's just take a look at this, and we're just going to go ahead and get rid of whatever is here. Right now, it looks like we're just sitting right on support. This area right here, we're just sitting on it, and the next area on the way down is going to be right here at 24,337. So right now, we're sitting up there at about 28,461. That support zone, which is sitting right here, is about 28,000. If we break below 28,000, especially if we break below 27,500, chances are very good we come down to the 24,500, 25,000 mark. And more than likely, that is going to be the area that I'll be looking for, and probably will have some confluence with Bitcoin as well, for us to get down to that 225 to $2, 225, 230 area. So right down here is where I am currently looking for the next area of support. I do think we will break down based on what I see here. Again, this is just a classic view of things that we see all the time, right? So when we see something like this, we know that this is a bearish scenario. Unless we can push up above it, it's still a bearish sign. So right down here at this level, just be very careful. We're getting close to the end of this, but unless we can push up and out of this, I would say we go down. I say it's possible that if we're going to be bullish, we'll come down here, test it again, and then we'll come above that, and then we can start to move up. But chances are that's not going to happen. Chances are what we're going to end up getting is something like this. We're going to do a push down, retest that as resistance, and then we do another couple waves on the way down, and that's when we find the support, and then we get our bigger move up. So we have to wait for that to happen. And this is starting to be a very boring asset. It wouldn't surprise me if the views on this are going to start going down, because I'm not all like super excited about it. It just doesn't look good, right? You had your chance to get out over here, and if you didn't get out over here, then you probably should consider preserving your capital, because all the signs are showing that this is going to go down. We've had 1, 2, 3 touches on this. Bitcoin had 4 or 5 touches before it broke that 9,000 level. So we could come back down here, consolidate for a while, maybe do a couple bounces, 2 or 3. But on that third bounce, we got to see some bullish momentum. If we don't see the bullish momentum, then it's going to be more downside. And we don't want to see us come all the way back down to 21,000. But if we don't see any moves, then that's going to be what happens. If we want to do some comparisons, what we need to see is something like this down here. Right down here. Basically what we had there was an ascending wedge right here. These are the kinds of things that we want to see. This is going to be what's going to take us up and higher and higher. But right now, this is the formation that's going to basically point to lower and lower. So, I'm not going to sit here and continue saying bad things about Chainlink, because I do think it does have some good potential, but just not right now. So that's all I've got to say about that. If you have any questions, feel free to pop in the Discord and let me know. If you'd like an invite to the Discord, feel free to throw in a comment on the chat, and I'll get you an invite. Doesn't cost anything. We're just a good group of friends in there. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and hopefully you all take care, preserve your capital, and have a good one.